I'm thinking more so like the Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat world.
Okay, then that like 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, because like because what? Okay, what about you?
More than that. I think it's plausible to say that social media can be an addiction.
Definitely could be addiction.
That's it? Okay, cool.
I do believe that social media can be an addiction, but I do think it's actually very necessary for our day and age. That's how you connect yourself to the world. That's how you put your mark on the world. And through social media, I see a lot of benefits.
I know people who spend like 10 hours, 20 hours a week, and I think that's just too much. Even me, like I'll just like randomly click it on my phone when I have nothing else to do, and it's just constantly on it.
I'm trying to learn to stay off of it, because it can be very addicting, just seeing what's going on between your friends and sometimes even family members being on Facebook, so it is very addicting.
Personally, I was addicted for a while, like checking my phone. When I went back to my country over there, there's not so much service over there, and it made me open my eyes.
Madden or Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Sometimes that could be way more addicting to me than the social media.
See, we know social media has brought a lot of good into the world, but it's also obviously brought a lot of bad. So do you think that the good outweighs the bad, or the bad outweighs the good?
Definitely the bad outweighs the good, because that's what most people are interested in. People are really fueled by drama and what the next person has going on. Not all the time it's positive. A lot of the time it's negative. So
I mean, I feel like it's kind of equal. Like, it's a great way to spread news and stuff that's important, but it could also be an addiction. And I mean, it could also hurt people's self-confidence, like cyberbullying and everything, but it could also boost somebody's confidence. So it's really different every case.
There's so many good things that happen. You can spread so much awareness and so many good things through social media and connect so many people. But through that, you can also spread bad things like body image. Definitely a lot of not so great ideals can be spread. Just look at our president and using Twitter.
No, it's more good. It's more good. Yeah, because it's an innovation. Like the argument of it does more harm than good doesn't lead us anywhere when you think about it, because we've already gotten to the point where if we were to get it out of the system, or however you want to phrase it, we'd be so screwed.
We get to, before maybe we would only hear about a couple of maybe police brutalities, and now we get to see it. I don't know if we were meant to process all of this information in real time as much as we see it though, and I think for the good that it has in terms of creating connections with people, that's so beautiful. But I think at the same time, we're so overwhelmed with what's happening and with all these negative actions, constantly being bombarded with what's trending.
I think it's done a little bit of good, because there's people that use social media to become famous, like YouTube, look at Justin Bieber, stuff like that. So
There's a lot of good, of course, for commercial businesses, but at the same time, people build up that image of themselves, that perfect image, you know. It's, you share more of the happy moments and less of the sad ones, which kind of can trigger a lot of other problems like anorexia or bulimia or self-esteem or depressions.
Yes, there is harm, but like it's an outlet, and I think people take it too seriously to be anti-social media as well. It's like, oh, look at me,
you think you're so cool.
Exactly. You know, it's like, whatever. You know?
It's raining outside, so I have to do this inside. So, I hate my life. What's new? If you could take all the time that you've accumulated over like the years of having social media and put it towards doing something else, what would that something else be?
Playing video games.
So more nonsense. Cool.
Will that something else be? Losing weight.
Wait, that's literally me.
I think I would have put all that time into self-love and really creating like a stable sense of mental health for me, because I know that with social media it's so easy to compare yourself, right? Like you'll see these beautiful people at the beach and, you know, drinking out of a coconut and they're gorgeous and they're like, oh, it's just a natural summer day.
All that time I spent on social media and put it to something else, I definitely would have paid more attention than when I first started college. I could use all that time I spent on social media towards my studies.
20, 30 minutes, if that, probably less.
You're like a superhero.
Probably less.
Yeah.
Would love to learn Portuguese and maybe Swahili and also Arabic. So I think if I would have probably mastered those 3 languages
by now.
By now.
Absolutely.
The right answer would be to like volunteer or do something like that. If I could take it all back, but I can't.
And I won't even if I could.
Building my own business. Probably, because while I'm devoting my time into someone else's business, I could be doing that for myself.
Word.
I would like to have obviously like come up with ideas for shows and stuff like that, but it's necessary. I guess I would put that time to watching TV, honestly, because like you're having fun watching stuff like. Oh, you know, you gotta be productive all the time. Screw that. Like why? You know, yeah.
I should turn this into an ASMR video. All right. Love that.
Yeah.
How has social media made your life better in any way?
It helped me grow my business. I could definitely say I'm a part-time Herbalife distributor, so I use social media to reach out to people and help them become more healthy. I helped one lady, she cured her, so I don't know how, but I guess the products help her with her stage 2 heart failure or whatever. Yeah, I swear.
I moved to this country 4 years ago, so many of my friends are still back in Peru. So sometimes social media is the only thing that I have to connect with them.
It's shown me books and, you know, like all these different audio things.
I'd make a meme book because like memes are pretty funny, but as funny as it can be, it's also very informative because we do live in that age now where it's like, hey, did you hear about what happened in Texas? Let me just, and you have it.
I probably like made a few friends through social media, so I guess that's a good thing.
Feeling very isolated, especially right now in college, where if you don't have that good connection with people, then yeah. So it's nice that from time to time to know that there are people out there with similar interests.
Learning about different things because of this because of the what's trending feature. We learn about different things that we may not even have any care for.
Like half the movies I talk about are because other people talk about it, or like, oh, people like this thing.
You can kind of connect with people that have similar interests, and like when I post stuff about like books I've been reading for political science classes, other people will give me a reply. And
oh, I know him. Okay, last question. Do you think that if we took ego out of the equation, do you think that social media would be as big of a platform as it is?
That's a good question because, I mean, usually the ego is portrayed as something bad, but sometimes it could be viewed as something good. It depends on the strength of your opinion and what you want to portray or what you believe in personally.
We're getting deep here.
I mean, I generally just use social media for like funny stuff, like memes and stuff.
Obviously,
yeah.
People's egos didn't get in the way. I think social media would be way better than it is now. A lot of the time, it's all about ego, and people get big-headed, and they want to be better than the next person. It's a competition nowadays. That's when the negative come in. They get jealous of that person. They go on cyberbullying come into place.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of that on social media. But
It would be big, but in a different way. It would be more like Reddit.
Think about it.
How would it
Stumped him.
be different?
If you take out your ego, it would be better. I believe so. Yeah.
I'll go whatever she says.
As all men should. What do you think?
Nobody posts anything that's not flattering to themselves. Okay.
Including me.
Everybody posts, even myself.
Oh, I think it'll probably be boring, to be honest. I don't think anyone would be as interested. People wouldn't be as interested in social media as they are.
Like old political philosophers that wrote about this way before social media existed or any kind of like digital media. Like people crave that sort of validation and approval from you know others.
Be as big.
That would be much better. I think that it would be like it was supposed to be in the beginning.
People find jobs through social media. So I think there's still a lot to be had with social media, even if we take away the ego self-validation.
Well, actually, that might be the main that might be the core of all problems. If you take away the ego factor of it, social media probably would be much better.